Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going deep into the lab. We're going to try to play some Lorehold the Historian. This has been one of the most requested cards from Strixhaven, and honestly, we're going to see if we can make it work today. I have no idea, but let's hop in and find out. So we're going to start with some Burst Lightning, because, removal. No real reason, we just need some. But it does work with a couple of the cards in the deck. We do have some Get Lost as well, and some Abrade, so nothing wrong here. Though I do think there's an argument to be made that a braid or a get lost could just be a road, and then we could target some of our own things to ramp up, but we'll see how that goes. Lightning Strike, more removal, more damage to the face. Then we get into Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant. Now we are playing, I believe, 10 dragons, so it increases the odds somewhat that we can actually use this reliably, but we're hoping to be able to generate extra mana with this. Speaking of extra mana, we have Sunset Strike Master. This is a card we probably all forgot about, but it is a 2-mana 3/1, so it can attack. It does produce red mana, and in a pinch, you can get rid of something on the ground for 6 damage. Clarion Conqueror, this just turns off some of the stuff that your opponents may be doing. Nothing too crazy about this one. Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind. This is another way to give us a ramp ability for some of our dragons. We do have Heroic Reinforcements, mostly because while this is a sorcery that produces 2 bodies, it is something we can play off of Lorehold, which is important, because you want enough things that have more than 2 costs, so you're getting some value off of that. But we do have Spine Rock Tyrant. This is a fun one that lets us copy our spells, and we do have enough spells that maybe we could get some good value off of this, so we'll see how it works out. And then, of course, Lorehold the Historian. Matter of fact, I'm going to swap these up so we just have more Loreholds. Even though I think in a final list, I'd probably play more Spine Rock Tyrant, I think I want to just do this just for the sake of this video so we increase the odds that we'll draw Lorehold a little bit. But if you don't know what this is, it's a 5-mana 5/5. It does have Flying and Haste. Each instant and sorcery in your hand has Miracle, which basically means every time you draw a card, you could choose to pay 2 mana and reveal it and cast it right then. Good card in general, but also gives you the ability that during your opponent's upkeep, you can discard a card, draw a card. That's probably the better ability on here, honestly. Then we have a couple of Twin Maw Stormbroods, partially because they're a dragon, which can help with a couple of things, but also gives us another removal spell. And then our big payoff spells, we do have Restoration Seminar, which can just keep returning things from the graveyard, and Improvisation Capstone, which once this resolves, hopefully we start hitting dragons and other things that are useful. So yeah, going to be a pretty interesting one. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to work, but sure hope it does. Before we find out, though, don't forget, if you want to buy these cards or anything else from Strixhaven, or just fill out your collection, check out Tales of Adventure. They have a huge collection, and the best part is you can save 5% on everything you buy there if you use my code DRAGON, which is DRAGN. But business is done. Let's go hop in and see what we can do with Lorehold the Historian. Okay, we drew double Lorehold, and we'll see how this goes. Not sure this is really what we wanted. Obviously, we'll probably play the Clarion on 3, but doesn't do much against this particular build, unfortunately. They might come after our Strike Master, though. I could see them wanting to burn spells to get rid of that. They are not going to do it this time, however. This is tough, because part of me wants to block, part of me doesn't. I'm just going to go no blocks, mostly because I'm holding the heroic. Okay, well, didn't want to draw that. That's unfortunate. There's a good chance we just target the Clarion Conqueror on this turn. Unless they decide to play... Okay, I was going to say, unless they decided to play the Monument. Are they looking for a way to get rid of our Conqueror? Alright, they're going through a lot of cards. I mean, there is the reality that they're taking damage from their lands. So that still counts for something. Alright. I mean, we're not blocking, obviously. Come on, untap land. Alright, we got there. Alright, opponent's at 5. If we get another untapped land, Lorehold's lethal. I mean, that's something. Not the way we were hoping to get there, but, you know, it does a thing. Well, now they're at 3. They just die to our Clarion Conqueror unless they go land removal. which they could have. Then yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, that's a win, but that's crazy when the opponent has that start. And we didn't even cast any of our big cards, but somehow won. And our Conqueror didn't even really matter in this matchup. And our opponent also did, I think, 7 damage to themselves with just lands. So that's a thing. But hey, a win's a win, however you get there. Okay, we will keep this. I don't think it really matters the order we play our lands with this hand. As long as we don't play this on turn 2. I guess I could have saved myself the pain of possibly messing up and swap it out, but it's all good. Ooh, our Strike Master didn't instantly die. That's fun. I mean, it probably dies now. No, not dying now. Intriguing. Do we try Sarkin? Reveal a dragon? I mean, you had to have saved a counter or something, right? I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to attack. Like, if you flash something in, like, so be it. We have a lightning strike. All right. Weird. They didn't do anything on 1 or 2? I mean, I guess they could just do the, what is it, Withering whatever that gives everything -2/-2 on this turn. Nope, not with the tap land, they won't. Huh. All right. We'll try now. Wow, still nothing? Crazy. I mean, we're attacking. What else are we going to do? Well, all right. I mean, we can start sending damage upstairs now. I mean, this is worth 4. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, you kill something, sure. So if we shoot them down to... Oh, it didn't let me spin the mana. I had 2 mana open, right? Ah, that sucked. All right, well, either way. Here comes some damages. That takes it anyway. Sure? Yeah, we got a Lorehold, but no mana this time, so it's going to be a long time before that even can think about seeing the battlefield. I don't think we really want to mess around here, so let's just get rid of Tifa. Would you like to play a Hydra for me, opponent? Not this turn. All right, this feels like they do have Hydras, though. Oh, they didn't. So they were all Tifa or nothing? Wow. I mean, we'll get in damage where we can. These are also blockers if they don't have anything with trample. Llanowar Elf, sure. More fetch lands. Escape tunnels do make stuff unblockable. Okay, that'll turn off some things. And it's a flyer. Also important here. What's rough, too, is we're holding 2 of the Paradigm cards in our hand, so even if we resolve Lorehold, it's like we don't even get to do the coolest thing. Man, opponent was all in on Tifa. If we didn't kill that, oh my gosh. I'm glad we kept to him with a couple early removal. You got it. I'm probably blocking a Llanowar Elf if they attack. Sure. You got it. At this point, they're mostly just thinning the deck. Oh, I think they were planning to use their Land of Wealth for mana, and they don't understand why. You got it. You have hexproof. Do you have another one is the question. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry. Shoot. You had to have kept more protection spells or something, right? Nope. I guess they were debating in which they would have made it unblockable, but here comes Lorehold. First time in the video, I think, that we're casting this bad boy. All right, opponent's at 7. During their turn, I will 3, 4, 5. I will discard. I don't even have anything really worth getting back. Yeah, it has to be that. All right. There is a Mossborn Hydra. Good news, these are both instants, so we can target the Hydra. If they try to protect it, then we can fire at it again. And these lands entering will enter tapped. And it's possible the opponent does have a protective spell, but they could have saved it to try to protect something like a Hydra when it shows up. Whoa, 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 whoa. That doesn't do anything here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to attack. Because I have to block. That's game. All right, cool. The plan was actually, if after they block, go ahead and try to abrade. Then, if they protect it, we respond with the get lost. Still get rid of the Hydra, right? That's the whole thing. Just make sure the Hydra's off the battlefield. And then the opponent probably can't win from there, because they would have been at 1 at best. But either way, we'll take that. Opponent kept a very ambitious hand. We just fortunately had early removal in that one. Okay. You have some Orbs of Dragonkind. You know what's funny? I say Carnelian, but it might be like Carnelian. I've also heard people call it Carnellin, which is funny, and just not even pronounce the I. There was another crazy thing, like when I had my shop, the number of times we had people ask for Scourge packs was endless. And I was like, Scourge is at least a regular English word. Other ones were at least making up. Though I think Carnelian actually means something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 6 mana. I can't quite play the capstone, unfortunately. Whoa! Whoa! Where'd a Llanowar Elf come from? And a Sabsunin. Okay. Alright. There's some things going on. I was gonna say, let me find a dragon, please. That would have been awesome sauce. But we'll just get in for 3. It's not like that's nothing. Leyline Weaver. Wait. Nope, this isn't at all what I was thinking. Ooh, we did find Lorehold, though. And we would have mana open for a miracle. Okay, sure. I don't really want to attack with my... Actually, you know what? Maybe I do want to attack with both of these, because I'll still have the Carnelian. Yeah, you know what? Sure. You're looking for green mana. You want to keep that guy. Do I want to discard this? Decline. I have to wait. Because if something happens to Lorehold, we just cast this straight up next turn, right? I mean, it's obvious they kept the Weaver because they want some green mana, right? They could have another Sabsunin or something, which would be very good for them. And they'd be able to untap the Weaver. Put us in a spot where we're kind of looking for another dragon, which will have haste. Ooh, opponent went to 4. 4 Badger. Okay, this makes sense. Now you just have a whole bunch of mana. 6 to be exact. And you could reuse the Weaver. Oh, this is just a quirky Battlecrier deck. Well, you still have 3 mana to spend. 4 mana, actually, because of the Battlecrier. Yeah. That guy doesn't have reach, though. I would have kept the Weaver untapped. I mean, you're playing a lot of cards. All right, Capstone, just so we can say we cast it. Oh my gosh. Sure. Oh, we get to cast all this? Oh my gosh, this is brutal. Oh, because it's until you reveal that many. Yeah. All right, never mind. That makes sense. All right, well, we'll just be attacking for 5. Sounds good to me. Yeah, this is a very interesting build. I wouldn't have necessarily thought this was a Battlecrier deck initially. But if you're playing big enough stuff and you're going over the top and you're making it more about big creatures, the Vastland Scavenger is a pretty cool addition to that, because you do get the discount on casting the Bind to Life from the Battlecrier, and itself helps, discount it because of Battlecrier. So it only costs 3 to cast. Plus you got all the extra mana. I could see where they're going. I'm curious what other big stuff they were playing. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. We can either choose to remove something, or we can have Sarkhan into some mana and then have some options. Healer's Hawk, sure. Let's go ahead and Sarkhan and show you a dragon. Life Creed Duo, sure. Now this is tough because if they were to play, say, like a Johnny's Pridemate next turn, it would already be a 4, so we'd have to burn both burns, but it's probably worth it, though. We can also find our own big dragons along the way, so sure. And there's also the chance the opponent might just shelter our Conqueror so they can attack, gain 3 life, or 2 life, I guess. Yep. That's a thing. And there's the Pridemate. Yep, that's what I was saying. Like, if they played one, we knew we were going to have to burn our spells on it, so that kind of sucks. But nothing we can really do. They didn't attack, so that's awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're almost to this, but we don't even have anything to get back right now. So let's... Man, I think we just have to, right? Like, I hate to do it, but it just feels like the right thing to do. I mean, there's a chance they have another one, but, I mean, we tried. Yep, and there it is. That's what I was saying. We knew it was coming. All right, get your damage in while you can. There's a Lorehold. Is it too little, too late? Who knows? What's that? 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'd be attacked for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably 11, 12, 13, 14. If they even have one creature, that'd be bad for us. We couldn't justify that. If they have a shelter, fine. We probably still lose. Maybe we just attack with Lorehold. That's like the only safe attack, I think. So sure. I hate it. It's a little bit too safe, but it's what we got. If they get a land, they could also make a token, and that would gain a bunch of life, so... Actually, no, I think they can do that anyway. No reveal, because we don't have the mana to spend it anyway. Though we could torch something. This does get kind of interesting. Sure. What do we do with this? Because we could just shoot a potential... I mean, we could also block, kill that. Which is not terrible either. Man, these are some tough choices. I think I'm just going to take it. And if they have something crazy, like, so be it. Yeah, we knew that was a possibility, so I'm not worried about that. Which is one of the reasons I didn't block. That sucks for us, though. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? If we just attack, we're priced into blocking no matter what. Alright, let's attack. I mean, we really are trying to hit the red paradigm. Is what we need to do here. Nothing else makes sense. We need the red paradigm so we can get multiple things onto the battlefield. I think that's our only real out. Yeah, in the turn. We will discard and draw. This is where we need to hit the cards, though. Alright. Oh, no. No. Could have used you a while ago. Yeah, now I think we're just dead. That's tough. Yeah. I guess I could have got rid of the Healer's Hawk since it has lifelink, but largely no different. We can also activate our land in a pinch. So that is a thing. Alright, so they're going to go to 13. Up to 15. Alright. Man, you know, also a get loss would be nice if we were going to draw something. Obviously, we're going to block. It's just, are we blocking with Conqueror or with Sarkhan? I'm going to block with Sarkhan just because if we draw a Sarkhan, we'd much rather be able to cast it and get something back onto the battlefield. Well, alright. You're not nothing. I mean, try to keep some management of things in check. Alright, they're blocking. Fine. We're going to play another Conqueror and use the Strike Master to discard. And hopefully hit a big spell. A spell. Come on. Big spell. No, not a land. We've just hit lands and mana creatures off of it. The worst possible scenario. And also, again, this whole time, a get lost just puts the game right back where we're able to function fine. But without it, that's no good. I mean, at this point, they're probably just looking for, like, a shelter or something. Which I would totally understand if they were. Obviously have to block. Alright, come on, deck. That's way late. Oh, that's also tough, because now if we do get a card, we're not going to be able to play it. Damn. Ah, this sucks. I mean, we could use it just for 2 to get rid of something and then gamble on drawing something off Lorehold because we've missed terribly this whole time. But if we do miss, then that's probably ball game. We can get 5 life though, so I guess we just got to make the safe play. Sure. I mean, it's something. All right. No cards to discard. Now, I could have spent the treasure and then discarded and drew, which is probably still fine. But this way, if for some reason we just draw the red paradigm, we can just cast it. Whoa. Whoa. What? 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 They chose the wrong side. They meant to choose tapped. Oh, well, we're going to cast this for 2 because we drew it. Wow, that's a turn of events. That's a series of things. I mean, I'm not even going to pay kicker because I'm going to attack with my land. Wow. That's crazy. Granted, we drew what we needed to draw, so it probably would have been fine. Oh, and we get it during... Oh, because we get it during our upkeep. Oh, that's so much better than I thought. Because we cast it during our draw step, but then we get it during the beginning of our first main phase also. Wow. Sick. Put the counter on the land, I guess, in case they have another split up. That's crazy. Well, if you have another split up, now's the time to use it. Yep. Wow, that is nuts. That is not how I expected this game to go, y'all. We're going to put Lorehold on there, and then we'll do Get Lost. So Get Lost resolves first. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I mean, okay. So this is where I got to give you my weekly announcement on look at how decks won or lost, not if they won or lost, because technically we won this one. And we kind of drew the cards we wanted to. So could we have still won that? Maybe. I don't know. You know, we had improvisation going, so who knows? Maybe. But the fact that they misclicked made it to where we absolutely win, right? So that's a tough one. That's a tough one for sure. However, we did get to see something cool, which I wasn't paying attention to. But because of the way Miracle works, you draw and you reveal it, and then you pay the 2. But then the paradigms say at the beginning of your first main phase. So you haven't even gone into main yet. So if you upkeep, or basically during your draw step, draw a capstone, pay the 2 for Miracle, you get 2 instances of the capstone on that very first turn you drew it, which is very awesome. Okay, we're going to keep this just because basically the hand is playable. No other good reason. Ooh, wish we were on the draw. Or wish we would have drawn a Burst Lightning. That would have been helpful. All right. Oh, is this the silly combo-y thing? Well, if so, we will try to keep the combo pieces off the battlefield. You want to come get some, Llanowar Elf? I mean, we'll have to deal with the ooze tokens down the road, but that's fine, I guess. Let's just... They'll get the token back. Let's just pass. See if maybe they try to remove this and put another token on the Llanowar or something. See if we can get some more value. Looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Hopefully they don't have a way to protect their dude. Nope, there's a Chrome Dome. All right. Not doing anything. So this says we have ways to pump our creatures, right? So here's what you do. Let them play the first thing to give something +2/+2. Oh, it's a +1/+1. Well, didn't matter which we played. Result was going to be the same. So then let's get rid of the Chrome Domes, and that's basically a combo piece. And play our own creature. And then they will just get to attack with a progressively larger Llanowar Elf. You got it. Yep, I will be taking 5. Rest assured I am not in the business of blocking. Ooh, that's kind of fun, though. Can I play? No, I can't do both of those. Darn it. All right. All right, opponent's at 12. And we can get in for 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 exactly next turn if they have no blockers. Can't imagine that's going to be the case. They will probably have blockers. Or at least a blocker. But yeah, I've seen a few people, weirdly, people have hit me up on like Instagram and stuff and sent me messages, which by the way, if you see me message on Instagram, I'm probably not going to see them for a couple months. I didn't even know Instagram had a messaging thing for like the first, hell, I don't know, 8 years I used it. But people have been like, oh, have you tried this deck? And I'm like, the deck just doesn't seem that good. Like, it's a cool combo piece. I mean, it's one of those things that's neat when you try it the first time you do a thing. But that's kind of about it. All right, well, we're going to take a lot of damage because it's a lot of counters from the Mutagen Man. So what do we need to be able to win here? Is Dragon our only answer? No, even Dragon doesn't do it. So that's only 7. Keeps us from dying, I guess, but it's probably... Ooh, Spine Rock Tyrant, though. You are a thing. I will attack, though, with that. Because if you want to trade that for Mutagen Man, I'm cool. All right. Ooh, if they have a crazy fight spell, that would suck. All right, that's just one more counter, so we're not too worried about that, unless they have something cool with this. Oh, looks like they might. All right, Mutagen on your thing. Man, are you going to give something trample? If they do, we can't win anyway, so we'll just block. I mean, if you had a way to give something trample, so be it. Like, I can't win. Because even if I block with Spine Rock Tyrant, like, we still just lose. Yeah. So we couldn't win anyway. All right, good job, opponent. It serves me right. I lost to the deck, so good job. Though I still don't think this is a deck I would recommend people build. You're spending resources. I mean, I will say this, though, for the deck. At least you're putting in, like, the Ooze, Mutagen Man, to some extent Chrome Dome, but generally cards you at least can play in other things, and that is an upside for the deck. But if you're looking to ladder with it, that is not one that I would go with. But congrats to the opponent. They did get a clean win here, and sadly, we didn't really cast much of our big cards, which would have been nice. Okay, sure. I mean, Sarkin into Spine Rock Tyrant isn't really the way we go, and drawing all 4 Inspiring Advantage is not good. This is a weird hand. But here we are. Got to make the most of it. Maybe we draw 3 mana dragon and then an untapped land back to back. That's what we need. That's the ticket. All right. So, hey, Sarkhan eating a lightning strike. We're okay with that. There are many, many worse ways that could have gone. You know what I think? I think we're just going to play Spine Rock Tyrant and just force the opponent to... Oh, you're going to try to ball lightning us? Look at you. Dirty, dirty, dirty. I do think it's fun, though, anytime I see a ball lightning. I'm not going to lie. Like, there's an old part of me that's just like, oh, ball lightning. Still hitting in 2026. Unless they have double burn spell, they don't really have ways to get rid of a tyrant. I mean, I guess they could blast us for 6 with a ball lightning. Plus, ball lightning plus fling is 12 damage. That's the other thing. So you do have to be very aware of your life total once you know your opponent has ball lightnings. Yeah, see, this is why I think it's ball lightning plus fling. So I'm just gonna block. All right, this is fine. This could just be a burn spell and that, or burn deck, and that's their whole thing. It's just burny, 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 ball lightning flings. You know, ripped 3 lands, and they already played a land for the turn. Good deal. Love to see it. We'll play a Sarkhan. Was hoping Sarkhan would have been a land, though. So we could get close to hitting the capstone. You know what? If the opponent's spending damage coming after our creatures, so be it. So I think they are just playing burn damage. Got more ball lightnings? Because I got another lightning strike. I'm wondering, though, now if I could have actually saved the Spine Rock Tyrant. I guess we'll never know the answer to that, but it's a curious thing. All right, they get a 5/5. They can start making dragons. We just need to draw our white dragon so we can burn this guy for 5. That would be great. Would be much appreciated. So you have a way to get rid of our dude. We now have a way to get rid of your dude. Interesting. All right, well, I'm going to go attacking. See how you feel about it. I bet you're not blocking. In the turn. Probably going to blast us. Yep. Makes a lot of sense. So opponent is legitly just a burn deck. So we would have been, let's say, well, we would have already killed him if we'd have kept the Spine Rock Null. But we'd have been at 10 life. Don't know how much that would have mattered. I need more dragons. Well, pretty sure that other thing's a burn spell as well. Oh, it wasn't. Or at least not an instant speed one. Is it just lands? Come on, let us untap with it so I can draw an untapped land. You don't want to hit the Strike Master. Come on. Slag Storm, just to get rid of one thing. Hey, you know what? It's not the wrong call on their part, though. As crazy as that is. All right. Come on. I'm having mana envy right now. Okay. Can we get to one more? What do we just get a dragon back? Bolt Wave, sure, 13. Oh, better. Great. That'll work. I I'm actually, of all things, going to gamble and discard a Burst Lightning. No! Where's I should have waited. I could have drawn that during my upkeep. Or doing my draw step. Yeah, decline. I wish I could play this. Dang it. I got greedy. All right, well, we're going to get a payoff anyway. So, do we get back? You know what? Let's just go with this. All right, fair enough. And this is... Oh, if that mana spent on a dragon spell. Never mind. All right, opponent goes to 2. We will discard. We don't need 2 of those. All right. I mean, we're at 13. Even with 9 mana, I don't think they can do enough to us. It would have to be Ball Lightning and something. Yeah, sure. They're about to be sick. Hell yeah, I'll play it. Wow. Okay. Well, good thing we have this restoration. So we can get back a Haste Dragon. Hell yeah. Got him, coach. Yeah, so that's tough. I was a little too cautious on the Ball Lightning before I knew what the rest of the deck was. But if it was a Ball Lightning Fling, that would have been 12 total damage and we'd have been at 1. And at any point, they could have killed us with one of these other burn spells. So I don't regret blocking, but definitely had I not blocked, we could have ended the game probably like 4 or 5 turns ago. Well, all right, man. That was a lot of fun. The question, I guess, still remains. 1, is this the best use for Lorehold in Standard? Maybe? I don't know. But it functioned very well, I will say that. And we did beat some good decks, right? We beat the mono green Landfall that we've seen a bunch of. We outraced, or actually one of our first games we played, I think, was against the Izzet, whatever you want to call that, the lesson deck, right? And then the weird game with the mono white life gain. I mean, we won, but that's kind of a weird thing to try to process. I would like if there was a little more life gain in the deck. That's kind of the one thing it's missing, because you are playing a little bit of a slower game plan. But if you do hit your 2 mana things, you kind of just start doing normal stuff. It's a very much a mid-rangey deck, though. It's not an aggro deck. As much as I would want to say it's aggro, you really kind of like build up some mana, maybe play a Carnelian or whatever, play a Clarion Conqueror, mostly to try to slow your opponent down. And then you start hitting with the spells and doing other things. I wasn't sure how much I was going to like heroic reinforcements, but it actually turned out fine, right? Just having surprise haste creatures is good, and it does actually pump all your creatures. So if for some reason you already have dragons out, the dragons will attack for the extra +1. So that's something to keep in mind. And unfortunately, you don't get to copy it with Spine Rock Tyrant because it's not something that has a target. Now, admittedly, our other spells, Burst Lightning, Get Lost, Abrade, those all have targets, so you can't copy them with those. But overall, strong record with this deck. Really, I think we had 3 losses. I don't know. I would play this more if I was going to ladder with it. I think this is fine. There are times, though, I think you might want another Get Lost just to deal with Authority of the Consuls, because I think that's going to be one of the more problematic cards for this deck. Just being able to not let you hit that one time with Lorehold, or any of your dragons being turned off from haste from with the Carnelian. So I don't know where that's got to come from. Maybe it means you cut the lightning strikes and you play an additional Burst Lightning, another Get Lost, another Abrade, so you could still deal with loots and other things that show up. Maybe something like that. Or maybe we just go -1 Lightning Strike, +1 Get Lost. Still let you deal with big creatures and whatnot. Just something to think about if you were going to play this. Because while this is going to be the list I post up on Moxfield, I would say to make those changes if you were going to play it. I know sometimes people get mad because like, well, the list you posted isn't what you played in the video. Like, that's because y'all didn't watch the end of the video, and you're probably not one of the people watching the end now. But I try to give you the best version I think I have when I post it up. In this case, this version was good. I just think as the meta shifts, those are going to be some of the changes you might want to make. But all that being said, go check it out on Moxfield. If you have these cards already, have a blast with them. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.